Three, two, one, ghost. Hi, everyone. Welcome to 321 Ghost. I'm your host, the Wicked Witch of the West Coast, Natalie, with Kyle, my BFF, my movie watching buddy for the whole year. How are you, Kyle?
I am doing great. I don't have, well, I guess I'm your host with a silent G. Um, Not tonight, and that's okay.
No, I mean, you still are,
Oh, thank you.
always.
Thank you. I'm happy to be here. I can't believe we're at the end of yet another year as we creep just as we march,
No,
just
we're always creeping.
always always creeping up on that grave.
One more year. Happy
Yeah.
New Year, everybody.
Yeah,
One
happy
year
new year.
closer to the grave.
Yeah.
This is our third end of year review. Did you know that?
Yeah, it's wonderful.
I know. I'm really excited. Hopefully, if you haven't listened to one of our end of year review episodes before, I'm going to explain how this works because it is a little complicated. I think I've made it more complicated than it needs to be.
Honestly, I think often it's because I need the reminder.
Yeah, sure. We'll say that. So, halfway through the year, every year in July, we do our mid-year review. So, we recap the first half of the year of what we watched. The intention behind this is so that we can talk a little bit more about the movies that we've watched. Because if you try to put it all in one episode, we're either going to be talking for longer than we already do, or we're going to hear less about each movie. So, that's why we like to check in the middle of the year. We like to check in and check out, I guess, at the end of the year. So
Unless we're like in 1408 or some shit, then there's no checking out.
you never check out.
No.
So now we're going to recap the latter half of the year. So if you don't hear us talk about a movie that came out in the first 6 months of the year, that is why you can go back and listen to our mid-year review episode, and then you can be caught up.
But when I am, I guess just to clarify, when I am sharing my favorite film of the year,
Hmm.
are we still just only talking back half?
No, we're so there, you'll have a favorite for the back half and then a favorite for the year.
Okay.
You can tell that Kyle read the agenda that I sent him
I
earlier.
did. I did. It was just like 15 minutes ago.
Yeah.
I
So
got this.
so that's where we're at. And as we move through, I will make sure that both Kyle and all of you understand what the rules are. But I think something important to know is that we do keep it spoiler free for the most part. Like maybe light spoilers on some, maybe if like you've seen it, you might understand like an inside joke or something like that. But we try to keep it spoiler free so that you can still enjoy these movies, especially if it's something that we liked. I will admit though, if we don't like a movie, we're more inclined to spoil it. Do you agree?
Yeah.
Because we're like, fuck that movie. You shouldn't watch it.
I guess is an act of sabotage. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So we'll keep it spoiler free. We'll give our like first impression boo scores, which the reason why I call them first impression boo scores is because if it is not an official episode boo scoring, we can change our boo scores. So they are subject to change if we've only seen a movie once or we haven't discussed it in its own episode. That's the only time we change our boo scores. Sound fair?
Yeah. No, I agree to those terms.
Okay. Fantastic. How many movies did you watch in the back half of the year?
Less than I thought. I thought I was pretty busy this back half, but actually I saw less in the final 6 months than I saw in the first, but it was still really
Oh,
close.
interesting.
I saw 12 in the first 6 months and then 11 in the back half.
Oh, you beat me. I saw 10 in the first 6 months and 10 in the back half of the year. So I evened it out.
Yeah, that's pretty good. And because I'm at 23 total, but
That's good.
thank you. I don't know. I feel like
Solid.
it's not good for like a professional horror podcaster.
I agree. I was thinking about that. I was like, we don't watch nearly as many movies. I said this, I think in our mid-year, like, you know, Oh, maybe some of you listening, like you have horror podcasts. I know there's a few people like I listen to. And then there's also like content creators. The speed and diligence that all of you have like watching horror movies, I can't keep up with that.
I know. Second I fucking turn around, I walk out of the theater. I'm like, wait, you mean there's another Strangers 2? What do you, what's
Exactly.
going on?
You're like, I already watched that movie fucking 15, 20 years ago. What?
It actually wasn't. That's my favorite Strangers movie, though, is Pray at Night. That's the
That's a hot
original.
take. A lot of people really hate that movie.
It's the one in the like the trailer park, right?
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah, I like that one too.
Yeah, maybe we'll get to it. So, okay, before we hop into all the movies, because that's the meat of this, did you play any horror themed video games? Because I know that's usually a thing for you. And then any TV series that you explored?
So for TV, I didn't watch a whole lot. I watched I'm caught up on Creep Tapes, finished
Same.
that. Thought it kind of ended with a little bit of a whimper.
Mm,
But I did think that there were some pretty strong episodes in it.
I agree.
Um, and I think I don't know. Yeah, just I think yeah, just keep giving me just these like 20 to 30-minute bites, you know.
Yeah.
I like that. And then Alien Earth, I don't like I say, I think it was earlier this year.
People got real into it.
Earlier
Hmm.
this year, my wife and I did a rewatch of all of the movies.
That's
Um,
that sounds like a chore.
it is a bit of a chore, and especially because like the more you kind of get into like the lore of it, especially all like the
Hmm.
Prometheus shit, I really don't care about. But
Hmm.
um, you know what we had watched, what was the one from last year, Romulus, that was like kind of like
Hmm.
a kind of back to basics horror movie, you know.
Yeah.
So that kind of pulled me back in, and then watching the show, especially because it was being done by the dude who did Fargo, the TV
Mm,
show, and I was like,
fun.
oh man, that's pretty rad. And you know it's got our
Hmm.
boy Timothy Oliphant,
Ah, I love him.
who is like looking great in like
God,
striking white hair.
dude, the older he gets, the more I want to meet him in person. Because he's looking real good. He's aging like a fucking fine wine.
He is nowhere near the top of my favorite ghost faces,
Mm-mm.
like probably towards the bottom.
Bottom.
But boy, do I still appreciate that Timothy Oliphant is a ghost face.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You know, both things can be true.
I agree.
Not the
Yeah.
same way I feel about fucking what's his name, Scott Foley, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Where- I'm like, come on, man. What are you doing, big ghost face?
Would you, so
Fucking Felicity over here.
I didn't watch Alien Earth. Would you recommend it?
Yeah, hell yeah. For people that um want to get back into it, yeah, there's a little bit of lore, but it doesn't beat you over the head with it, I think.
So you could
Um,
watch it maybe without having rewatched all the films and you feel like it'd still be easy to pick up on.
yeah, definitely. And I do think it's very horror forward.
Okay, I love that.
Yeah, so like there's some parts where like, man, this alien is fucking torn everyone the fuck apart. Like
Love
it's
that.
pretty
Yes.
great. Um, so yeah, I don't know. I think it's fun. I like it, and I thought it got better as it went on in a lot of ways.
Hmm.
So yeah, I'll watch it. I just it's hard for me to get into new TV shows. So
Yeah,
yeah.
same. I I did not get around to Alien Earth, but it is on my list of things that I would like to watch. But I did watch the Creep tapes and I also really enjoyed it. I agree, these like short snippets and just different weird situations that, you get these characters put into, you can really do so many different possibilities. The only thing I would say, my critique of it would be I would have liked a little bit more, like maybe one or two episodes that were a little bit more serious because like he's going real off the rails and having a good time, which I love. But I want some episodes that creep me out a little bit more because I do feel like the movie and even the first season of the show captured that a little bit. And I get that it gets boring and kind of tired after a while, but I would have liked maybe like a little taste of that, even in one episode or so. but still fun. Um, a TV show. So you didn't watch it, Welcome to Derry?
No, I didn't.
Okay, I took one for the team on this and watched it because I did not actually want to watch it, but I was like, you know what? I'm going to watch it for the sake of the podcast. So this was something I actually put like time into that I wouldn't have watched. I have to say, because this show was getting a lot of attention, and you all know, if you've been listening, you know how I feel about Bill Skarsgård. I love that man. He is creepy and attractive, and that is a perfect, like just a sweet spot. But this show, I don't need a Stephen King multiverse. I don't want it. I don't need it. And I have to say, I like like the 90s, mini series, TV series, whatever you want to call it, with Tim Curry. And I liked the first film, the remake, chapter one. Chapter two was not good. Y'all can fight me on that. But this felt like they did the right thing by trying to make it more scary. I think they really they did a great job trying to scare everybody all the time, which was awesome. But there's just so much going on, like characters that they're referencing from The Shining and then from, you know, the first movie and the second movie, and then like people are people's parents and grandparents, and then you've got the military involvement. I don't Anytime the military gets involved in a storyline in a television show, I'm like, get the fuck out of here. I don't give a shit. What a surprise. They're up to something bad. I, I don't care. So I would not recommend it unless you are like a really hardcore Stephen King fan and you want to start putting pieces together of a puzzle. But the acting was good. The production quality was great. Bill Skarsgård is amazing as always. The kids are a lot less annoying. They kind of play them like they're kind of like teenagers, but they're kid aged. Like it's kind of odd. But if you're a huge fan of Stephen King, watch it. If you're not, save your time because some of those episodes are long as fuck.
I watched The Shining, and they re-released it in IMAX. So I went and
Yeah.
caught that, and it looks beautiful,
Oh, yeah.
And watching it, I remember Stephen King himself was not a fan of, or at least at the time was not a fan of this version.
Mm.
Um and I haven't read the book, so I don't know of all of the differences and omissions and et cetera, et cetera. But watching this, I was like, this is as much of like the Stephen King universe, secret superpowers shit that I really have any desire for.
Yeah.
And anything that expands any more beyond that, I do not care. I just want to see a
Yeah.
story of some dude like taking a job at this hotel, making his wife do all the work while he sits at his typewriter and goes crazy. And then he goes crazy and tries to kill her and the kid with an axe. I think
Yeah.
that's fun.
That's perfect. Yeah.
Yeah. So
I agree. I read half of The Shining,
the first half or the second half?
the first half. But the reason the reason why I only read half of it, one, I'm not a good reader. I fall asleep every time I start reading. Like it's like a fucking lullaby for me. But unless it's smut. But this book, like, God bless Stephen King, the amount of detail that this man goes into about fucking everything. If you are a reader, I can understand why you would not like the movie because this man's attention to detail is so much that I was just like, dude, no wonder why this was a 3.5 hour movie. Like, it probably could have been 6 hours with the way he writes. So I read half of that book and I was like, I know the story. Shut it. Never touched it again. And I think I put it in one of those little um those little library, what do you call them? The little library houses that people have in front of their house where you can like trade books.
Yeah, it's like a neighborhood library.
Yes, yeah. I just threw it in there. I was like, somebody'll want this.
Sure. Yeah, with all the like, you know, piles of self-help books and
Yeah.
like other kind of bullshit that just ends up just sitting in there, you know?
Exactly.
Um, you know, gosh, I didn't play a whole lot of horror video games this year. Um, however, the ones I did play, or even the ones that are spooky adjacent, I think I can recommend.
Hmm.
Um, I played Doom: The Dark Ages,
Mm,
which is pretty fun. So they're the starting with 2016, they did kind of a reboot of Doom.
fun.
First one's fucking great. Second one, I don't think I finished.
Okay.
But I think there was just a lot more going on than I was like, why are they messing with a good thing? Why are they adding more?
Yeah.
Like
Keep it simple.
let's keep it real simple. And literally in the third movie or third game, they're like, let's take it all the way back to fucking medieval shit. Like let's give you like
Yeah.
medieval type of weapons and just take down some fucking monsters. And it's yeah, it's a lot of fun. It's really like all the time, because it's a Doom game, right?
Yeah. That sounds like I something I would enjoy.
Hell yeah. And as far as anything I've revisited, it's probably outside of Luigi's Mansion, I would think one of the spookier Nintendo series is Metroid. And I played the remake of Metroid Prime to get ready for
Okay.
Metroid Prime 4 that came out
Okay.
a few weeks. And it's not like, it's a sci-fi game, but it's so quiet and lonely and it's
Mm,
so moody that like I mean, I remember playing Super Metroid. God, I feel like deja vu. I've probably said this on the podcast, but I just remember as a kid playing Super Metroid on the Super Nintendo, like in the middle of the night with the lights out, and it is just such a vibe, and it's spooky, it's scary. Um, and there's monsters and shit, so But yeah, so I did that, and then a random purchase at a Walmart. Um, it wasn't this year, maybe last year it came out, but it's called Retro Realms Arcade, and
hmm.
this I think I sent a picture of it to you, that it's this game where it's like a Sega Genesis, Super NES era type of pixelate 16-bit pixelated side scroller platformer,
Nice.
and there's two games. One is Halloween, and the other
Mm,
is Ash versus the Evil Dead.
very
So,
fun.
but they're two separate games, but they're very identical
Okay.
in a lot of like the monsters that you kill. So it's kind of, and then each has like its own kind of very loose, weird kind of plot with this like demon that's like summoning Michael Myers to kill, but he also stole the Necronomicon, so that's why Ash is involved. But you can play as each other in each other's games too, as
Huh.
well as like Laurie Strode is a playable character,
Okay.
and I forget her name, but she was one of the three main characters in Ash vs. the Evil Dead series, but not
Mm,
Lucy Lawless. Um, and that one's okay. It's fine. I don't know.
okay.
The one I'm excited to play though is Silent Hill F, because that came
Mm.
out earlier this year. I hadn't got a chance to get around to it. Fingers crossed it's on my Christmas list. So check back with me because this airs after Christmas, right?
Yeah.
So that was the main video game I asked for, was that one. I want to be that
Okay.
little Japanese girl just running around and hope maybe if it's anything as Silent Hill 2, just fucking stomping and smashing in
Just
brains and
fucking shit up.
just fucking shit up. So,
Yeah, that
oh
sounds
yeah.
fun. Yeah. Oh, you see, you got a lot of video games in. I knew
Some
you would. Yeah. I didn't watch a lot of TV, so it was just those two. No gaming. So
you tried Alan Wake 2. You're like an hour in.
yeah, I'm like an hour in. It takes me so long. So what will happen is, just for context for everyone, I don't get a chance to game often anymore. I have a 10-year-old son. So you can imagine that most of the time on the PlayStation is spent by him. Well, now we have two PlayStations. So now I have no excuse. I just kind of got into this mode of forgetting that I have the availability of the PlayStation. But I started playing Alan Wake 2. I'm like an hour into it, and that's like two. twice, like sitting down and playing. But then what will happen is one random day or week, I will sit down and I'll be like, all right, let's just knock this shit out. And I'll like dedicate hours and hours and like just keep going. So that will probably happen in January. I usually have a lot more free time in January than I do during the holidays. So I'll get to it.
So I'll just make sure to annoy you more about it.
Absolutely. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Keep sending reminders because that was the second time I played it. You were like, you should play Alan Wake 2. And I was like, on it. So I did. All right. Now we're going to get into some movies. We're keeping it a little bit more simple this time. Previously, we would share a few least favorites and a few favorites, but this time we're trying something new. So, Kyle, I'm going to have you share one least favorite from the back half of the year and choose and tell us why it's your least favorite. If you have anything positive to say about it, say it and share your boost score.
Natalie, you've gotten an earful of this already. I've got one clear answer for the worst movie in the back half of 2025, and that is a movie called Bone Lake. And you finally
That's the
watched
one you
it.
picked as your least favorite?
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm like,
Okay.
look, I'm looking at my list,
I
and
watched a lot of shit this year.
I'll be honest, I didn't really care much for VHS Halloween, but at least I'm like, but
We'll
they
get to that.
tried. They threw everything at the wall and did some bonkers shit
I disagree.
with a much lower budget. So I watched Bone Lake, and it is supposed to be like a double entendre. It's supposed to be about boning. It's not, I mean, I get it. It's not supposed to be anything, right? Like, let the movie just be the movie. But so I will judge it on the merits
They
of
make a joke
that.
about it like being a double entendre of like murder, bones in a lake, and boning at a lake.
And even like the first like 5 minutes are like, okay, all right, this could be fun. If and the movie the next hour 30 just never ever matches. Not even like the vibe of not I won't even say the
Mm,
heights, but even just like the vibe of the first like 5 minutes and like the
agreed.
opening and introducing the characters. It is yeah, for a movie called Bone Lake that is about people having sex, um
We're supposed to be about
or
people having
people supposed
sex.
it is the unsexiest movie I have ever seen. It is and it
That's not
has.
true. There's still Cherry Falls.
Yeah, okay, that's true. Yeah, it's true. But okay, the unsexiest movie of the 21st century is Bone Lake. Um, and don't get me wrong, I'm sure you know, I don't know, some Holocaust movie I'm sure came out like in the last 25 years that yes, I'm sure isn't sexy either, but
No,
bear with
when
me.
it's supposed to be, when you're like thinking it's going to be sexy and it's unsexy, it's so much worse.
Oh yeah, 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 yeah. And so I was like, don't come at me with whatever Holocaust movie you have. It's less sexy than Bone Lake. I get it. But yeah, I don't know. I just like was like I'm trying to remember like outside of like one quick bit like and I'm sorry, yeah, I guess I'm spoiling it because I fucking hate it. Like there is no sex in this movie. It is such a sexless movie.
There's like what, two sex scenes and one like half of the party is not enjoying it and the other is like really just a flash. Like it's not I don't know. Like I've seen movies that weren't centered around sex that had way better sex scenes.
Yeah. So, and then it had like I wouldn't even call it like a twist, but it's this unnecessary like third act. Oh yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and this is about us too that
Mm-hmm.
is unnecessary, goes nowhere, and the I just I it was a hard watch. Um, I give it 1.5
Okay.
probably
Okay.
if I'm allowed to give a boost score right now for it. But
Anything you liked about it?
like I think I mean, I still enjoy the setup, even though it's a false promise.
Mm,
And yeah, I don't know. I was like struggling between that and I don't even remember the fucking name of it. Um,
that bad.
yeah, there's one called Shelby Oaks that I
Okay, I
saw
didn't watch that one.
that is, but that's like a two boo, whereas I'd give 1.5
Okay.
to Bone Lake. Don't fucking just go watch something sexier, or just go, yeah,
So
I don't know.
the only reason why Bone
And it's
Lake
not
didn't,
scary. Not that things
yeah,
need to
it's
be scary,
not.
but it doesn't even like pretend to have like horror parts. What I do like about it though is yeah, again, I think that there are parts where like, oh, okay, it's starting to build some tension, some very
Mm-hmm.
uncomfortable kind of like vibes of, what was that movie? They did a remake of it with James McAvoy when they visit this family and it starts to get like
Speak
wilder
no
and wilder.
evil.
Right. Yeah, it's
Mm-hmm.
like
Gives
tries
that,
to
yes, it tries to emulate that, but fails.
tries to be like a little Speak No Evil, a
Mm-hmm.
little bit barbarian kind of in the shared
Mm, yeah.
Airbnb space, but like it's just so underwhelming. And at the end, the credits rolled, and I was like, okay, all right, well, I'm gonna forget about this. But then I found myself just being more like, oh, damn, there's things I could have been doing with my time.
So the only reason why Bone Lake I think didn't end up in my like bottom is because you had already warned me that it wasn't like what we thought it was going to be because of course Kyle knew that if I saw a movie called Bone Lake come out and it's about like it's supposed to be a sexy situation, like come on, that's the best situation. It's a like a murder lake situation. There's not enough boning, there's not enough lake. Like when do you even see the fucking lake?
Dude, the like
Barely.
literally in both times I think like is it night.
Yeah, so you're like, this could just be a swimming pool. We don't know with a CGI background. So the only reason why it wasn't in my like bottom was because Kyle had already warned me, like, oh, like don't get excited. This is not what you think it is. And so I went into it with an extremely low bar, so which ended up raising my boo score for it. So I have a different least favorite. This is one that I do not think that you watch, and I don't even know if you're a fan of this franchise, but it's Hell House LLC Lineage. Do you watch any of these movies before?
I saw the first one and that's it.
And probably like with me like for a movie night or something.
Yes.
Yeah. So I've watched all of them. And what I don't think I talk about a lot because we don't talk too much about found footage movies on the podcast. Um, I love found footage. I actually find it to be very effective, like scare wise for me, even if the movie doesn't have substance. So I've watched all the Hell House movies. So I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I know Kyle won't watch this one, so I'm going to watch it to put another one on the list, just to talk about. I have to say, this movie was so disappointing. The acting is absolutely terrible. Like your lead character, I don't know if this is her first acting job. I didn't write down the name of the actress because I don't want to blast her too hard, but like, girl, maybe don't quit your day job because I don't know that acting is for her. The story for this franchise is starting to get really convoluted as well. And I just enjoyed it being like a spooky house where crazy shit's happening. So there's that. But then halfway through the movie, I was like, why? What is different about this movie? Why am I watching this feeling like I'm watching something so completely different? Literally, it took me 45 minutes to figure out why. It's not found footage. They did a whole franchise of these movies that are found footage, and this one is not found footage. Isn't that wild to just change it on like the fourth film?
It makes Blair Witch 2 Book of Shadows look less, wild,
Hey, I'll
right?
defend that movie. I love it.
That's insane. Has there ever been a paranormal activity that isn't found footage?
I don't I don't think so. They're all found footage. So I feel like once that's your shtick, that's what your audience wants. And I think that's what made those movies like, because not all of them are good. I think really, I don't think any of them are very good at all, but I still find myself watching them and getting excited for a new one. But once I found out, or like once I figured out it wasn't found footage, I was like, oh, they need to never do this again. So if they make another one, I'm gonna need it to be found footage. Um, I I would have given it half a boo instead of one boo, but it did have some pretty effective scares in it. There were a couple that that got me pretty good. The use of clowns is always going to work for me. So, I give it one boo, and I would not recommend it to anyone, even people who love Hell House LLC. In fact, I would tell you to steer clear of it if you do love that movie, because there are some diehards for that movie.
I was thinking, found footage series that like have like this non-found footage entry, right? Like this one.
Hmm.
I was thinking the other way around, and I was like, what series would be fun if there was this
Ooh,
long-standing movie series and then one of the entries is just random found footage?
that'd be so lit.
First thing that comes to mind is Friday the 13th.
Yeah.
Like a
Ooh, that could be really fun.
found footage or with fucking
You're
Jason
camping, you could be
Voorhees,
wearing a GoPro.
right? That's what I was thinking.
Hmm.
So I think that'd be fun.
People need to like reach out to us for our ideas.
I think so too.
Okay. Now I want you to share one favorite, only one from the back half of the year. So it can't be from the first 6 months, even if your end of year movie is. So, what was one of your favorites? I think I know.
Mm, all right. Here's what I'm gonna do because
Really gonna break the rules.
yeah, I am.
Fucking knew it.
Because my favorite back half film, I think, is also going to be my favorite film of the year.
Yeah, I figured.
So I'm going to shout out maybe something else.
So what? Okay, so then choose your second favorite then. Is that
Hmm.
fair?
So I'm looking back, like I'm gonna say, shit.
Yeah, the back half was rough, huh?
Not necessarily. Yeah, a little bit.
A little bit.
It wasn't quite as strong. Um, okay. See, because now I'm comparing, now I'm thinking about two other movies that aren't necessarily horror, but horror adjacent. But I will
Okay.
shout out one that's horror adjacent called Begonia
Okay.
with Emma Stone, Jesse Plemons. Um, the whole cast is great. I forget who plays the other guy, like the cousin of Jesse Plemons, but he's absolutely fantastic in this movie. Um, I wasn't sure what to think about it when I got out of it, but the more I think about it, the more I really liked it.
Hmm.
It's kind of like, do you know the premise of it?
I don't know the premise. I know nothing about it. Like when you told me that you had seen it and you liked it, you texted me about it. I had to I had to give it a quick Google because I didn't think I'd ever heard of it.
So he is like Jesse Plemons plays this like really not right in the head, but like, really deep MAGA conspiracy, 8chan like
Hmm.
shit. And he kidnaps a very wealthy CEO of a company because he is for certain that she is part of this alien race that's infiltrated Earth that
Fantastic.
is going to end the world or has
Okay.
is or just like is trying to just control us, like
Yeah.
that's usually how like so many conspiracy theories like they only it's about like,
Mm-hmm.
oh, it's about control, and I'm like, okay, well, control for what, like for to what purpose? And it's like, well,
Mm-hmm.
control. It's about
Mm-hmm.
um and that's why they're all lizard people in a pizza alley or pizza place, um I think it was really great. I thought it was really tense, and it was getting. I really didn't know which direction that this movie was going to go.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and it's, yeah, I mean, I don't know if I enjoy where the movie landed, and maybe I'm reading a little too into it, into like what kind of message it sends, but I ultimately really liked it and I thought it landed well. I don't think it's gonna get the accolades that say, some other kind of more higher profile horror movies
Hmm.
are getting this year. And it's not really like a horror movie, but
Would you
um
say
but
it's
it's
more of a thriller?
yeah. I'd say more
Okay.
of like a very tense thriller, but I'm gonna shout out that one. I really thought that was good, and I don't think it made a lot of money. So, but
Okay.
Jesse Plemons is fucking great. Like, put that dude
He's
in
great in
everything.
everything. No, he's so good in everything. I'm trying to think of the first time I saw him because I feel like he's been around for a while. And I remember like thinking like he's such a goofy looking guy. And then like over the years, I'm like, this dude is a really good actor. Like he can play so many different types of people. And I think he's really I think he's just gonna get better and better. I agree. Put him in everything.
It was probably TV because some combination of Friday Night Lights.
Mm,
Um,
that's the first time I saw him was Friday Night Lights. I fucking love Friday Night Lights, and I remember that is because he's like young in Friday Night Lights.
there's a
Yeah.
great thing where like they're doing like leading up to like the awards season, and they were like pairing different actors to like have kind of conversations with each other. I didn't
Mhm.
watch it, but just kind of scrolling through Instagram or whatever. But they paired Jesse Plemons with Michael B. Jordan, and
Ugh,
they were just like, man, look at us now, huh? Can you believe it? Like, and then
literally.
and sharing like Friday Night Lights stories,
Yeah.
He was also in Fargo, probably my favorite season of Fargo.
Yeah.
And then Breaking Bad between those
Yeah.
two. So he
Yeah.
was in the back half of Breaking Bad. He was fucking
Yeah.
scary in Breaking Bad.
Yeah, he is scary in Breaking Bad. And that was the first time I ever saw Michael B. Jordan was also in Friday Night Lights. No wonder why I love Friday Night Lights. That it's not that great of a show, honestly, but it encapsulates you for sure.
People seem to really love that show. People that I would not think would give a fuck about
It
high school football, but
it
really seem to
tugs
love it.
it tugs on your heartstrings and it's I just it knows how to connect with people emotionally, but I do not think it's a good show, but I would recommend it to anyone. Does that make sense?
Is it like dramatic? Like,
Oh, it's drama. Drama.
is it like Degrassi where like every week someone's getting gonorrhea or there's a school shooting?
No, not like that. It's like more it's high school drama with a mix of a little bit adult drama because you do follow the coach and his wife and like adult characters as well, but it's more like I compare it to like Dawson's Creek like type of drama.
Okay.
Like it can be lighthearted, but it's pretty solid drama. So yeah, I would recommend that to anyone. I know that this didn't come out in the year that we're discussing, but sure.
Do you know Katie Holmes is directing a movie with her and Joshua Jackson?
Yes, and I love that. And did you also know that they're both currently single and have been hanging out a lot?
Damn.
Yeah,
Guys, come on.
with
Make it happen.
can we just make it happen? Like, can I please have my Joey and Pacey fantasy? Like,
I
come
love
on.
that.
Come on. Um, okay, good pick. Good pick. Maybe
How about you?
I'll put that one on my list. Okay, so my favorite for the back half of the year, which this is probably going to be a surprise for you, but don't get too excited yet, Kyle. My favorite for the back half of the year was Weapons.
Oh yeah.
Now, I will say, the internet, it's a hard place. Like when you have a horror podcast, you have to know what's going on. You have to read things, you have to know all the memes. And then you know what happens? It spoils shit for you. So Kyle saw Weapons early. I think I saw it probably like the second week that it was out, maybe. So not even that far in. And you know what happened? The internet fucking spoiled it for me because y'all couldn't shut the fuck up about Aunt Gladys. So already I had seen this image of this woman so many times and I like started calculating what she could be. I'm not going to spoil anything, but I think the mystery aspect of this movie is a huge factor. So I did go into it with mysteries solved already. So that kind of sucked. But I will say the movie, great acting, I forget her name, the woman that plays Aunt Gladys.
Amy Madigan of Carnival
She
fame.
She is so delightfully creepy, and the character design on her is so great. I do think it's a fun mystery if it's not spoiled for you. So maybe if you don't know anything about the movie, just go and watch it. Don't look into it too much. Um, it's not, I didn't find it scary, but I found it interesting and I wanted to know what was going to happen next.
I would argue there's a couple parts with Gladys that are
That
fucking
are
scary.
scary.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, that's fair. But I did have a lot of critiques on it because again, this one was really hyped. Kyle like hyped it up for me too, but was trying not to. There's too many characters. I didn't need that many main characters. Probably could have taken out the cop like as like his own story. Probably could have taken out I forget the name of the actor, the one that plays the homeless guy. Um because I like that actor, but I probably could have taken his whole story out. And I think what felt unnecessary to me, and you'll probably disagree, is the out of sequence storytelling. I don't need that. I feel like it kind of like cheapened the movie for me or was like trying to make it more interesting and it didn't need that. So because it already was interesting. Like the story is interesting, so I don't need the out of sequence storytelling from different characters' POV. I would have liked to just see it play out how it was going to play out. So that bothered me a little bit, but overall, I think it's a really good movie. I would recommend it to anyone. I think they did a really good job of not spoiling things with the trailer. That is a perfect example of how you can market a movie and have a trailer that's intriguing. And everything you learn in the trailer, you learn in the first 5 minutes of the movie. And that's perfect. There's more to learn. So great. Um, what I really like about this movie, which you can't say about a lot of horror, is that it has a solid and fun ending. That I think is really important because the ending of this movie, I think, really carries it. Um, but I I will say I think it got a lot of hype that I didn't necessarily super agree with, but I think the fact that it got spoiled for me really did ruin it. So I'm gonna give it 3.5 boos on a first watch because I've only seen it once.
It just makes me even more appreciative that I did not see or hear anything about
Hmm.
Aunt Gladys
Yeah.
until I was sitting in the fucking theater and she just shows up.
Lucky you.
And I was like, who the fuck is this fucking woman? What on earth is this movie doing? I love this.
Yeah.
Because you're like, oh no, this movie is because,
It's
you know,
bonkers.
not to spoil much or anything, but that trailer is basically the first 30 seconds of the movie.
Yeah, it really is.
So you think that there's like going to be some build up to like what happens
Mm-mm.
to these kids doing this, and there is a little bit,
Yeah.
with some of the backstory,
Very little.
which is why I do think it's necessary, and fun to do it this way. But yeah, I mean, I would give it a little higher. I'm going towards 4.5.
I figured. Yeah. Hey,
Yeah.
3.5 is higher than when I first watched it. I think I gave you a lower boo score upon my first watch because I reassessed and was like trying to put myself in the place of if I didn't know Aunt Gladys existed, how I would have reacted as well to that character popping up. And that's why, like, if you think a horror movie is going to be good, get your ass in the seat opening weekend for two reasons. One, no spoilers. Two, give them that box office money. Like horror needs it because if they don't fucking crush it in the first weekend, you're not getting a sequel. You're not getting shit. So I think it's really important get your ass in the seat the first weekend. So I'm sure you have more to say about weapons, but we'll move on.
Wonderful.
Okay. So now I made a new kind of a game, maybe like something new, because previously we'd have this like long list of movies that like we didn't even really talk about, and we would give a boo score really quickly. But I want to try this out. We'll see how it goes. We're going to share our list of movies that we've watched outside of our least favorite and our favorite because we already talked about those. Um, so you're gonna share the name of the movie, of course. A one sentence review of the movie. It can be a run-on sentence if it needs to,
Thank you.
but not a whole ass paragraph. And then your boo score. Fair? Okay. And I figure we'll just take turns. So
Oh, okay.
if you say one that I've watched too, I'll just go to that one because I just listed mine in chronological order of how I watched them.
Okay.
So I'll let you start.
All right. Begonia, I'll give it 4 boos. I said the performances are great, and I love just how perpetually greasy and dirty Jesse Plemons looks.
Love that. Okay. Clown in a Cornfield.
That's a first half movie.
Well, no, I watched it in the second half of the year though.
Oh, what?
So
Okay.
so that counts.
You
Like
needed
if
to
it came out
clarify
that
that.
oh, come on.
We're talking
It's
about back
always
half
been that
movies.
way. It's always been that way.
Oh my God. All right,
Because
fine.
also I had to watch a lot of I watched a lot of movies late. I was behind this year.
So is that what we're gonna do then every year where you're like, I watched a few movies in the first half and we know you're gonna be just backloaded at the end?
No, I think Clown in a Cornfield, you need to settle. I think Clown in a Cornfield is the only one
If anyone's
that is
clowning in a
from
cornfield right now, it's you.
it's the only one for the front half of the year that I watched at the back half of the year, and it was just barely afterwards.
Fine. All right.
So you need to chill.
All right,
We
go.
make our own rules here,
Yeah, go
and
for it.
you haven't been following them the whole time anyway.
What'd you like about Clown in a Cornfield?
Um, it wasn't as great as I thought it was gonna be. So, but I'm a sucker for a slasher, and I would soft recommend it.
Here, I was met on it, and then you watched it, and you're like, Kai, what are you talking about? This is fun. And now here we are, you saying, meh. And I was
Well,
like, thank you.
I thought it was gonna be better. It was fine. I'd give it 2.5 boos.
Okay. I think that's probably what I gave it. Yeah, 2.5.
Yeah. What's your next one?
Oh geez, my next one. Okay, another one. I'm sorry, I'm going horror adjacent a little
Okay.
bit, but it counts. Predator Badlands.
Oh, I think that counts.
I texted you saying it was the most family friendly Predator movie, and I meant that as a compliment.
Which I didn't. I was like, ooh, that actually sounds like an insult.
Because it's a PG-13 movie, and you're just like, oh, okay. I was not
Gross.
feeling good about this. And I thought it was going to be probably enjoyable enough because
Mm,
the guy that's been doing it, like Trachtenberg, I think is his name, he did Prey, which finally watched this year, and
okay.
I liked it. It was fine. And then
Yeah.
there was some animated one that's supposed to be really good too that I'll check out at some point. But I went and saw this again, low expectations. I didn't see any of the trailers. At first, I was kind of taken aback by it. Um, but I thought it was really fun. I know I'm saying more than one sentence on it, but
Surprise, surprise.
one thing I like about Predator Badlands is great gore without blood,
Oh, that's wild.
and
Okay.
because they bleed green. and
Mm,
and and
that counts as
because
blood.
and there are no humans in the movie. They're
Mm.
all androids
So that's
that
how they got that PG-13 rating.
bleed milk, right? Like they do.
Mm.
The one thing I love about Alien vs Predator is that ever since that movie, they're like, yep, no, same timeline. Alien shit happens the same time as Predator
Yeah.
shit. And every Alien thing and every Predator thing going forward, they're like, I didn't realize how much alienness was going to be in Predator Badlands.
Oh,
But
interesting. Okay.
no xenomorphs
No
though.
xenomorphs. Okay.
But yeah, I thought I had a lot of fun with that. I really think you would like it. I think you and your son would like it a lot.
Okay. Okay. Could be
Yeah,
a Christmas break watch for sure.
100%.
Yeah. Okay. My next one, I think this is the back half of the year. Now I'm starting to question everything I know about months and dates. Is Toxic Avenger. I don't know if this is horror adjacent. I would consider it horror, right?
I have it on my list too.
Okay, perfect. Um, this movie actually really surprised me. I thought it was really silly, really stupid, really like, would you call it camp satire? I don't know, like
Yeah.
a little bit of all of those things. It has a great cast. And for how stupid some of the jokes are, there's actually some that I think are like they fly by really quickly, but it's fucking funny. It's fun. It's got really fun gore. I think the like practical effects are really awesome. The cast is so good. Um Elijah Wood, anytime he's playing like a creep in any way, I fucking love it. Like, I just want him to continue to just play fucking weirdos. Elijah Wood, I will watch you play a weirdo every fucking day. No Frodo, get that shit out the door. Like, let's keep it creepy and weird. Um, I would highly recommend this movie to anyone. I took my son to see this, not really realizing how absolutely off the wall it is, but he loved it too. I would give this movie a solid 3 boos on a first watch, but I think if I watched it again, I would like it even more.
I also have it as a three.
Yeah.
I agree with everything that you just said. Um, yeah, like I said, it's dumb fun, but
Mhm.
it's if you're trying to like match the spirit of like a trauma movie, like I don't know, it's like yeah, mm,
Yeah.
it's good.
Yeah. It's just stupid to watch. It's fun.
I didn't care about his dumb like kid or stepkid or
No.
that whole thing. Get the fuck out.
Yeah. The movie's fun enough
Unnecessary.
though. Like it's unnecessary. I said the same thing. I was like, you could have just taken that kid out and had him just going for revenge, and I think it would have been fine. But they were trying to do something because it's, everything has to have fucking feelings this year in 2025. So, you know, sure,
It's already
have the
compelling
kid.
enough when he's like, finding out how there's this simple procedure that could help him, but just the fucking convoluted fucking shittiness of our American healthcare system.
Hmm.
That's the main villain of this movie,
That's the villain.
right?
Yeah, like
Yeah.
that's fun.
Sorry, that's only for gold plan. He's like, but I have platinum. It's like,
Yeah.
but it's not.
Platinum's yeah, platinum is not gold. Like the
Yeah, is platinum
that
not
is
better
fun.
than gold? It's like, you may be, but not for this. I forget, but I
Yeah.
know. I agree. So yeah, I give it 3 boosts too.
Okay. Amazing.
Let's see.
What's your next one?
Um, Good Boy,
Mm.
which was okay. I mean, I give it a 2.5. I like it okay. I think it's enjoyable, but it's one of those movies where like, am I gonna watch this ever again? No.
Mm. No.
Would I recommend it?
No.
Only to a devout horror fan that also may enjoy like the shtick of this dog. Um,
Mhm.
I mean, I think the most enjoyable thing is there's this kind of, if you stay after the credits, there's this kind of behind the scenes of like him showing like how he worked like the scenes with the dog and
That's
how
the
the,
best part of the movie.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then of course, like, watching this with my wife who's obsessed with dogs, she's just like, yeah, he's not really scared. You can tell like in his eyebrows. Like he's actually like my wife literally just goes and whispers like after the movie, like, and people can hear, she's like, he honestly wasn't a very good dog actor.
Yeah, he wasn't.
And I'm like, fucking bah humbug. Like, let the dog be the fucking
No,
dog.
I said the same thing. I was like, I don't know, Indy. Like he's winning awards and shit, and I was like, just because you're the first one, okay.
Yeah, but I gave it a 2.5. I think it's fine. But yeah, I would say
Mm.
if you want to watch, like, it's a short movie, so there's that. Um and yeah, I don't know, it didn't really resonate with me a whole lot, but it's still I enjoyed that they tried it, right?
Yeah, I okay. So Good Boy was the next one on my list as well, and I did keep this one to one sentence. Actually, I said if a dog wasn't the lead, I wouldn't have liked this movie at all. Um, I was really
Fair.
thinking about it. I swapped the dog out in my head and I was like, okay, if this was a human character with another human character, like say maybe they're a couple, roommates, whatever, what the fuck actually happens in this movie? You've seen it a million times before. Like the story is old hat. So, like, I gave it 2 boos. I wouldn't recommend it to other people. I think the concept is really good, but it needed a much more compelling story as well to go with the concept because it's so low on dialogue. So I had high expectations for Good Boy. I was very excited for it, and it just didn't meet those expectations. I guess I'll share my next one
Oh yeah.
since that technically was yours. I don't even know if this was on your radar. I watched House on Eden.
Oh no. I saw that though on a list of movies. It has a pretty good tomato score.
I know. You ready for me to fuck that shit up? Okay, House on Eden. Here we go. I watched this movie because all y'all on the internet were like, oh my God, this movie's so fun. Found footage is back. I'm sorry, what is it? Because let me tell you something right now. This movie is found footage, of course. This is a perfect example of what I would call lazy found footage. It is the exact formula of like 5 other found footage movies. You've got a small camera crew that has an internet show where they explore haunted houses and they're trying to find something rare and unique that no one has explored before. And then it ends up being something that you wouldn't expect, but something that you've seen in about 5 other found footage movies. But there's nothing special or unique about it at all. It was tied for my least favorite of the year, but I chose to put it here so I could say a little bit more. I would give it 1 boo, and I would not recommend it to anyone. If there's anybody who really loves this movie, I need you to explain to me what is special about it because I got real bored when I was watching it. I did not care for it. And that's my thoughts on House on Eden.
Dang, there you go. All right. Um, then I don't think I even had it on my still need to watch list, but
Don't
yeah.
cross it out.
So let's see. Bone Lake, already talked about Bone Lake. Shelby Oaks, like I said, it's starts off like it might be kind of promising, where it is this woman and her sister is on this like paranormal ghost hunting, podcast and show with
Hmm.
her and 2 other people. And they go to this like haunted place, and then the next morning they find like the crew all beheaded and the sister missing, and no one has seen
Uh-oh.
the sister, right? So it's about this woman's sister trying to like find out what the fuck is going on, like what happened.
Okay.
um and it becomes a little more kind of demon-y, a little more paranormal activity-ish, in the sense where, hmm, I won't say how, because I guess that spoils
Yeah,
things,
don't
but
spoil it.
and then ultimately I don't know. I think I just don't. And hey, I'm sorry. Maybe it's just me coming from like a dude's perspective, and also in a child-free marriage. But when a woman's like kind of like soul thing is like her troubles like becoming a mom, or she can't be a mom, or she just wants to be a mom, and like I can't be complete unless I'm a mom, and kind of
Mhm.
shit. You're like, I think it's sometimes just kind of outright just I don't like insulting, you know?
Well, okay, yes, but I will push back at you a little bit because you are a man.
Yes.
And I would not consider myself one of these women, but I know these women. I've met them before that like are maybe not able to have kids or like have had trouble having kids and like they're like this is like the one thing that I need to like be a part of my life. Like and it is like very relevant for them. I
And
was
that's
not
something
that
I
way. Like I love being a mom, but like it wasn't like a a box that I had to check or something like to fulfill, my purpose in life, it but I think for some people like that is like a huge thing for them. Is that character compelling for a movie? Probably not. But
No.
for a horror movie too, like no. But yeah, they exist. They're out
And
there.
and it's only because you never see the other side of it,
The
where like
dad
how
or
many
like the wannabe
movies,
dad.
yeah, like the dad that's just like, oh, all I want is just to be a father, like
Yeah.
and this compelling pull,
Hmm.
and I, I would assume there's got to be people like that
Yeah.
in the world, right? But you never see it, and so and it plays a lot into the plot, and you're just like, what? I just want to fucking find how these dudes got fucking beheaded by this fucking
Yeah.
whatever the fuck this thing is. And so it was just really unfortunate, and just what a like a wet blanket of an ending. You're just like, oh my God,
Yeah.
this sucks. Like
Well,
what a waste.
and like it goes back to, do we always need like a deeper emotional or traumatic like connection for horror? And the answer is no. Sometimes taking that stuff out can actually enhance a movie.
I have it as two boos. I'm gonna knock it down to 1.5 though.
Damn, it got knocked down while you were talking about it. I love that.
Yeah. All right, back at you.
Okay. My next one is VHS Halloween, and I think this one might be the one that we disagree the most on. Now, I'm not gonna say that I absolutely love this movie. I think it was just like the right day for me to watch it. I kind of loved how gross and over the top it was. Like, I just didn't expect it to have half of the things that it had in it. And I was like, what the fuck am I watching? Like, I wanted to see more of the like craziness. Was the acting great? Not really. Did all of the stories make sense? No. There were fun special effects. Some of it I think they did just to try to shock. Like, there were certain things where I was like, okay, like you're trying to do like a little bit of the Terrifier thing. But I loved how over the top it was. It gave really strong Halloween night vibes, which I thought was fun. Um, I would recommend it to people who like the VHS movies, and I would recommend it to people who love child death in horror movies. Um, and I gave it 2.5 boos.
I probably warmed up to it a little bit more after my initial watch. I gave it a 2
Okay, that's fair.
because I was really kind of hating it for a while. Like I was watching it being
Yeah.
like, 5 minutes into like a 12-minute, 15-minute, portion, and I'm like, oh my God, I need this to be over, please. Like, like literally, I think just sitting on my couch, just like, lying down, just yelling at the TV, like, fucking please end. But I think I was just in a mood. But looking back on it, like there's things I like. I think they do their best. But I'm giving them a 2.
Maybe, just maybe, this was one of those opposite effect things where I saw it first and I said that it was like really fun. And then you watched it and you were like, Natalie, what the fuck do you have me watching?
Yeah.
I think that could have happened too. So I'm sorry. What's your next one?
Let's see. I watched Frankenstein, the Guillermo del Toro one that was on
Mm-hmm.
Netflix this year.
Yes.
Um, I mean, I thought it was fine. I thought that there was a little more, it's funny how like there was some body horror, and I was like, oh, that's unexpected. But then I'm like, this is a Frankenstein movie. There should be a
Yeah,
lot of body
a
horror.
lot.
Yeah, so it almost like went up and it got knocked down for me, but
Mm.
I gave it a solid 3. I think I mean, obviously the acting's good. I like Oscar
Mhm.
Isaac a lot.
Is he the creature?
No, that's Jacob
Oh, he's
Elordi.
Frankenstein.
Yeah.
Mm.
And yeah, the dude that plays Frankenstein was the dude with the what's it?
He's
Oh,
in Saltburn
I don't
and
want to. Yeah,
Euphoria.
yeah, he's the
Yeah.
one with the semen bathtub.
Yeah. That
Yeah.
man is fucking gorgeous.
Well, that's like his whole shtick is that like he's
Mhm.
just like beautiful,
He is beautiful.
So I think that's why he was like casted as like the monster, you
Yeah.
know. And
Yeah.
still, I'm sure people watch that movie and
He
go
still
like,
looks beautiful underneath that weird makeup. I'm not gonna lie.
but I gave it a 3.
Yeah. I haven't seen it.
There you go.
Um, these next three movies, I powered through these. I watched these within a 2 day period, so we'll see how I feel on that. So Together, I
Hmm.
watched. Um,
Wasn't that a back half movie too, or front half movie too?
was it a front half movie? It took me a long time to get to it, but you know what? I'm gonna count this one too. You can fuck right off because this was actually really high on my list because I absolutely love the concept because I thought it was going to be like real hardcore body horror. If you were expecting a lot of body horror from this movie, you are not going to get it. It's actually pretty tame. Um, a lot of drama.
I thought you had like one part in a bathroom stall.
Oh, absolutely. Yes. That was very effective for me. Um, but I thought this movie was solid, and that was part of it. I did really enjoy that. I liked how weird it was. Um, Like there's just certain things about it where I'm just like, what? What is everyone's motivations here? Um, but I was curious to know more. I enjoy Allison Brie a lot. I just think she's the cutest. Like, even when she plays a character that I don't like, which I didn't particularly like her character in this movie, like, I think she's absolutely adorable. Her husband, I could take him or leave him, but I give this 2.5 boos.
To Become One is my favorite Spice Girls song.
Yeah, they use that very effectively.
Yeah. Thinking about it as I'm getting a little towards the end of my list, I'm trying to remember now, as
How
far
many do you
as
have left?
for back half movies, what's our date cutoff, by the way?
Anything after July or
Okay.
like in July because we recorded our mid-year like
The end of
the
June.
last week of the last week of July, I think. Because
Dang.
we do a tight turnaround with these so that we can watch as many movies as possible before recording.
Got it. All right. I might need to add another one to this, and that's okay.
Okay.
But I watched Conjuring, Last Rites.
Yes, I haven't seen this one based off of your critiques.
No need to see it. I give it a 2 just because they're still like competently made movies
Hmm.
and the cast is still good. I don't. It's supposed to serve as kind of like a handoff to like the new generation of ghost hunters,
Hmm.
and
So they can continue the franchise with different actors.
well, it makes hundreds of millions of dollars. Like
Yeah.
those movies are probably creeping towards like total like a billion, like as
Oh,
far as
for
the money it's
sure.
made. And
Yeah.
but I think there's probably going to be like an HBO show, I think something like that.
Yeah.
Um, but it's if you've seen one, you've seen them all. So
I agree.
there's no need, and then it gets maybe like a little more convoluted and dumb with this like kind of like background of like how they're like spiritually like involved with all of this, and there's some greater you know
You
I
don't
don't
need
know,
it.
I don't care,
Yeah.
but hey, do I love Vera Farmiga and Patrick Wilson? Yeah.
Give them all the money, honestly. They deserve it. I love them.
Yeah, so I gave that one a 2.
Okay, that's not too bad.
Yeah.
Um, I already talked about this, so the next one on my list is Bone Lake. Um, yeah, I just words can't express how not horny this movie is, and like it should have been. They should have just went to town with it. Like I needed
Yep.
the gratuitous nudity. I needed maybe more gore because the the balance of the bones and the boning, like more lake, more
Yeah.
naked people swimming in lakes. Like I almost feel like you could call the Friday the 13th movies Bone Lake more so than you could call this movie Bone Lake.
Oh yeah, I would call this fucking Limp Dick Verbo is would be the title of that movie.
Yeah, I and the acting even like I don't know the name of the main actress, the blonde. She just she was not giving enough. I don't know.
You do not care for like just like slightly emotionally disturbed white women, white blonde women.
It's so true. How terrible. I don't know.
Please,
Where do they,
everyone,
you know
listen
what
to
though?
our episode on Midsummer.
Because that fits like the bill of like my mom. Maybe
Well,
that's why.
ask your mom if she's
Slightly
ever been to Bone
emotionally,
Lake.
a slightly emotionally disturbed blonde woman. Yeah. Have you ever been to Bone Lake, Mom? She'll immediately be like, "What do you mean by that?"
Well, she'd be like, yes, but what do you mean by it?
Yeah. I gave it two boos.
It's high praise.
Yeah. Well, I did find I wanted to know what was going on with the double booked Airbnb situation. Once I knew that nobody was going to actually fuck, I was like, okay, well then what's going on here? What's the situation? Are we getting a refund?
They like introduce like rooms of this house that they do nothing with.
Y'all, I
It's so
let's
upsetting. There's
a
like there's
soft can we give a soft spoiler for the rooms?
sure.
Because you're going to tell me that you're going to show me a sex dungeon room. Y'all, this is a room that looks like they took a whole sex shop and put it into a room and do nothing with it. They did nothing with it. Then you have another room that's full of candles and a Ouija board and a bunch of postings of missing couples, and we did nothing with that room. They spent probably thousands, tens of thousands of dollars to make these rooms for like 1 minute of screen time.
Such a fucking waste. It's
So yeah,
awful.
so we hate Bone Lake. That it might honestly it might be my most hated movie of the year too. I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay, what's your next one?
Okay. My next one's a recent one, and it is the remake of Silent Night, Deadly Night, which
Which is on my list, so don't spoil anything.
I will give it three boos.
Okay, solid.
Um, I think it's fun. You know me, you know how much I love Halloween Ends, and it
Yeah.
stars the guy from Halloween Ends.
Uh-huh.
And so it's a Christmas movie,
Yeah.
and it borrows a little bit of the tropes of like a Hallmark Christmas movie sometimes.
Okay, fun.
But I think, there's another movie that came out earlier this year called Hard Eyes that is
Mm.
supposed to be very much like, every rom-com trope, but then like make it a slasher movie. I thought that this movie did such a better job of
Mm.
subtly incorporating like the Hallmark Christmas movie tropes
Cute. Okay.
and it being also like a gory slasher. So it had a lot of fun, some
Hmm.
heart, a little bit. Um, I haven't, sorry, y'all, I haven't seen the original, so I can't say like comparison's sake.
Mm.
Um, but I think yeah, I had fun with this one. My expectations were really low, but I know everything was supposed to be a one sentence
Yeah,
discussion.
it's fine. Did
I've
anyone really think we were going to be one sentence?
Do you think I can only say like one sentence about anything in my
I
life?
figured if I said one sentence, I would get one paragraph. So that was kind of like,
Okay.
like under promise, over deliver. Does that expression work for this?
Sure.
Yeah. Okay, the last one on my list is him, which um I originally had this really high on my list of like I wanted to see this in the theater. Um and then it started getting really bad reviews and I was like, "Ooh, maybe I'll wait." The reason this movie got bad reviews is because nothing fucking happens. When I tell you I paused at 55 minutes in and was like, am am I watching a horror movie? It's nothing happens in this movie.
I
That
heard it
doesn't
all happens in the last like 20 minutes, if that.
and when you say all happens in the last 20 minutes, it's still not that much. that happens. So it's a shame because I was really looking forward to this movie. I think the acting for everybody involved like is great. Um the music is really fun. It's got a lot of like good hip hop and then like along with the score, like everything like meshes. I love a horror score with like hip hop like mixed in. It's kind of my sweet spot there. Um, and it's visually quite stunning. And that's not just because what's his name? Tyreek. He was in I Know What You Did Last Summer.
Yeah.
Because he is not in a lot of clothes for a lot of the movie. You get a lot of that man without a shirt on, and he's looking he's looking real good. So that's not the reason why it's visually stunning. It actually has a lot of really cool shots. Um, it lots of football, but no football. I don't know how to explain that. Like it feels like you're watching like a creepy training camp. So, and I love Marlon Wayans, so he gets a whole half a boo because I just love him as a person and as an actor, and I love how stupid and fun he is. But actually, like in a dramatic acting role, I think he fucking did a really great job. So I'm sad this movie wasn't better. I think the reviews are pretty on point, so I would give this 1.5 boos.
I appreciate you mentioning I Know What You Did Last Summer because that is a back half movie, but we did a whole episode on it already.
Hmm.
Um, I want to shout out I Know What You Did Last Summer, the remake, the 2025 one,
Oh,
because
we're coming around, are we?
I have incrementally warmed up to this movie
Hmm.
since we watched it.
Hmm.
I don't remember what my boost score was, but I know it was lower than what I'm going to give it now, which is 2.5.
Let me see what your boo score was. You can choose if you want to edit this out, me just scrolling through boo scores. I really need to make a spreadsheet.
Yeah, you do,
Yeah,
but I don't want to do it. So I'm like, yeah, go for it, do it.
I'll do it.
What's your Excel, confidence?
Oof, beginner.
You wouldn't say you excel at Excel.
Okay. I gave it 2.5 boos and you gave it 2 boos. You said you raised it to 2.5.
Yeah, I'll probably bump it up to 2.5,
Okay.
you know, because that was a back half movie. Like the vibe is still fun. I enjoy like it's ultimately just fun. Does it make any sense? No, but also like no, fucking for this, who cares? It's all
Um,
nostalgia.
I'm actually glad that you brought it up because, okay, so we did do an episode on this movie. So if you want to hear our thoughts on I Know What You Did Last Summer of 2025, you can listen to that full episode. But one thing I do want to say, because I do think it's receiving a lot of hate overall, is watch it again and lower your expectations a little bit. Ignore the fact that the whole opening scene with Ava is really annoying and just get past that part. I do think it's a fun time. It's it's an I Know What You Did Last Summer movie. They were trying something a little different. I I would love to see Jennifer Love Hewitt and Brandy get a sequel, but guess what? Because y'all are talking a bunch of shit, giving it bad reviews, we're not going to get that movie.
Well,
That's
they could have just made a good movie though too. There is that. Like something a little better. But I will say, every time I watch it, and I've seen it like probably like four-ish times now,
We've both seen that movie 4 times. It came out in July.
I like it a little better each time I watch it. So who knows? Maybe a year from now, it's gonna be like, man, this is a four boob situation.
Yeah, it's
So
exposure therapy, I think is what's happening.
that's it for my back half. How about you?
Me too.
All
Yeah,
right, what's next?
amazing. So, what movies are still on your list from this year that you haven't seen?
Let's see. The two ones that I need to watch and actually want to watch.
They don't have to be from the back half either. They can be from the whole year.
Yeah. Keeper, the Osgood Perkins one.
That's on my list too.
I'll watch that. And then Queens of the Dead, that Tina Romero did. It's supposed to be
Oh,
fun.
I don't know.
Yeah. And then you really liked Ugly Stepsister, and I want to watch that at some
Yeah, you
point.
still haven't seen that one. You should watch it.
Yeah. And then people seem to, the last the mid-year one, I was talking shit on this movie called The Long Walk. Speaking of Stephen King,
Mm,
apparently it's good, but again, still, I don't know how horror it is, whatever. But I was
yeah.
like, they're all just gonna
Feels
be
more like
fucking.
it would be like a tense thriller with horrific things happening.
Yeah, this like kind of like dystopian
Hmm.
thriller, right?
Yeah,
But
for sure.
so I added that to my list. I had Strangers Chapter 2 on it and then deleted it because I'm like, I don't need to see it. I'm probably fine. But I
I'll
probably
watch it in the
will.
background while I'm cleaning or something.
I'll still watch it and probably the third one at some point when that comes
Yeah,
out next year. But it's really, yeah, not looking forward to it necessarily.
yeah.
How about you?
Um, okay, so I have Silent Night, Deadly Night, which is the highest on my list because that actually was one of the ones that I was looking forward to the most. But man, December just flies by and is busy, and I haven't had a chance to go see it. And also, no one wants to see that movie with me, so I'm gonna have to go see it by myself. So that's fine, but it takes me more time. Um, because I'm going to see this tomorrow, I'm going to throw in Five Nights at Freddy's 2. I want to make sure that Matthew Lillard and Skeet Ulrich get box office money. It's important to me that they stay relevant.
I don't think they need it. This movie
They don't
fucking
need it. No,
made bank.
oh no, but still, like, I love these men and I want to support them. And also my son is a fan. So we'll see it. And if nothing else, so I can talk more shit on that franchise. Keeper was also on my list. And then Bring Her Back. I know that one was a front half of the year, and you really loved Bring Her Back, and
Yeah.
I have not seen it yet. So it is on my list. I didn't watch it this like leading up to this episode because I was not feeling very well. So I didn't want to watch anything that I thought I might actually enjoy when I'm not feeling well because I didn't want it to hinder the experience of watching the movie. So those are my ones I need to catch up on.
Oh yeah.
How'd you feel about this year overall?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I thought it was pretty good. I think that ultimately, you have like usually maybe once a year you'll get this like prestige horror picture, like whether
Mm-hmm.
it's like you know, Get Out or another Jordan Peele
Mm-hmm.
movie or The Substance, right, from
Mm-hmm.
last year. This year we get two, one in the front half and the back half with Sinners and Weapons.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I fully expect Sinners to get like Oscar nominations.
Yeah, probably.
It's probably gonna get the same bullshit treatment that like Get Out did, where like yeah, it'll get nominated for everything, but it'll probably
Mm-hmm.
just only win like best original screenplay or something,
People
you
get
know?
pissed when horror like starts winning awards because a lot of people don't think that it's even a genre worth making.
Yeah,
So,
fuck them.
yeah.
Um, I totally anticipate Amy Madigan. I think she was nominated for a Golden Globe, and she's gonna. I'm
Hmm.
sure she'll get. Because again, I think she was just such a such a fun character.
Hmm.
Again, especially when you have. I'm sorry to rub it in, but especially when you have no idea that this fucking lady's just gonna show up and
It's the
this
baby teeth. The baby teeth that they did on her
so good,
fucking freak me out. I
so
can't
good.
with her little baby teeth. Ugh.
I bet those are probably taken from babies. I'm sure of it. Um, but yeah, I mean, ultimately, I thought it was pretty good. I don't know if it was better than last year, but I remember last year being not the best, right?
I feel like last year was kind of the same. Like
Yeah. And the
what
year
it
before
is,
that, 2023, I think was really fun, if I remember right.
I think the same thing happened to me this year that happened last year, where a lot of the movies that I was anticipating didn't end up being what I thought they would, but the ones that I was like, I'll watch this, ended up being some of my favorites. So I think the same thing happened this year for me as last year. So that throws my shit off when like the movies that I'm anticipating end up kind of falling short, and then other movies end up finding their way in. Not the worst thing in the world. I mean, with I think one of the most fun things about horror is that you can have the same concept 20 different times and somebody will just fucking hit it out of the park. Like, and then everyone else just didn't get it. Like they didn't get the assignment. So, Yeah, it was an okay year. Watched 20 movies. I'll probably get a few more in before the end of the year. I'm hoping to watch Bring Her Back, and then I'll get to Five Nights at Freddy's 2 in the theater. Cost me fucking $60, $80 after ices, popcorn, candy, all the shit, you
Gross.
know. Yeah. Um, okay, so what is your top movie for 2025? The whole
Gosh,
year.
it's so hard.
I'll even let you pick two because I have two that I can't decide.
Sinners is so good
It
and
is.
is so much fun, and it's just so beautiful to
Mm-hmm.
watch. And it feel like a crime just not having it,
Mm-hmm.
you know? So it's gonna be. And yeah, and I mean, Tied with Weapons, I think is, if it's like a basic answer, but it Weapons was so much fun. I am so excited for, and I'll bring up Weapons again in the context of something else later.
Yeah.
But yeah, I thought the acting was great. I thought that some of the scares were still pretty good. I thought that
Mm-hmm.
um there's not a lot of gore in it, so when there is gore, it's a lot and it
I
looks
thought there
great.
was a lot of gore.
You're like, yeah, maybe I just don't remember right, but and then even like not even just like gore, but like shit with like just like with like
Weird
syringes
things.
and like stuff like that.
Ooh,
Like, and you're
yeah.
like,
Ooh, yeah.
uh, but it was just so much fun. I love the guy that did this movie, also did Barbarian. I With him and with like Jordan Peele, I'm like, there should be way more dudes in comedy making horror, you know?
Honestly, I think there's being able to see the humor in horror, I think it's essential to having a good horror movie. Even like something as serious and somber as Hereditary, that scene where Toni Collette is yelling at her son at the table, that shit is hilarious. Like, there is humor in some of the darkest things, and I
Yeah.
think that like if you can capture both of those things in one, like it's like catching lightning in a bottle.
But the most horrific movie I saw this year is still Bring Her Back.
Okay.
That movie, it's so good, but I have like no interest in watching it for a while.
That's one of those. Okay.
Take just is I think it takes a lot out of you if you really and want to
Hmm.
invest in those characters. And I thought that it's such head above shoulders improvement over their last movie,
What was the other one that they did?
Talk to Me.
Oh, yeah. I
And
have it has to be better than Talk to Me because that was not one of my favorites.
also had a lot of great gore in Talk to Me.
Yes.
But yeah, but Bring Her Back, and just such a fantastic leading, turn from, I forget her name, the woman that had sex with the fish in that Del Toro movie. Um so much fun. Fuck. But yeah, if there was like a top, if they're all like 1A, 1B, 1C, it'd be gotta be those. How about you?
Okay. Yeah, I struggled a lot too because Sinners was my like obvious choice. Um, the first time I watched it, I gave it 4 boos because I never give anything 5 boos on a first watch. But I did go back and watch it again, and I absolutely put it at 5 boos. I I talked about why I like Sinners before. I don't think you can hype this movie up too much. Like it is a beautiful film. It's got just a great cast, great acting. It hits emotional, like, it hits your heartstrings. It's got scares in it. I think the music is so good and the sound design is so, so good. Like, it's just really amazing. So, and I think it has high rewatchability, even though the story is heavy, because it's rare that I'll watch a movie twice in the first year that it came out. It has to be pretty fucking good for me to do that. So, Sinners is definitely my top. And the one that I was going to pick over Sinners, because again, like I felt like Sinners is just the obvious choice, was the fucking Ugly Stepsister.
Cool.
I love that movie because it's lesser known. I keep like shouting from the rooftop about it. I like I would also give that movie 5 boos as well. And it could be because, and also since then I listened to we both love the horror queers, and I listened to their episode on the Ugly Stepsister, and they were like they liked it, but they didn't love it. And the fact that they didn't love it like totally threw me off. And I have to say, watching a movie like that from a female perspective, especially from a female perspective of I'm very femme presenting. I love makeup. I love beauty rituals. I love all the things. Um, Watching it from a perspective of, being a woman that does these rituals, seeing it being forced upon women, and in a very different way than it's forced upon women now, we'll say, um, was just really interesting and very scary. Like it's very, very scary. And I like that it takes place in an imaginary place in a fairy tale world, and has just excellent body horror. I'm such a sucker for body horror. It gets me every time. And I think that movie delivers on body horror just in such weird ways. Um, so yeah, so that would be my two top picks for the year. So you have a top pick that I haven't seen, and I have a top pick that you haven't seen. So we have homework.
Perfect.
Yeah, I love that. Okay, now we're going to look back at ourselves. At ourselves, yes, at 3, 2, 1 Ghost.
Okay.
I'm so curious to hear what your favorite episode of 2025 of ours is.
I can never commit to anything, Natalie, so I'm gonna
Oh
have a
my gosh.
tie.
Okay.
Okay, so one was earlier on this year. It was in January, and it was a listener request.
Okay.
And I wasn't very kind to it. But those
Was
are
it
always usually the most fun episodes.
was it the fourth kind?
It's the fourth kind. I just thought that was a fun conversation, and I
Hmm.
like learning about the all the kinds of extraterrestrial, touching that
There's
occurred.
there's there's more than one kind. Who knew?
Yeah. And the audacity of just using some like awful story that like and awful in the sense of like something really traumatic and awful happened to people in real life and then using it for some fucking low rate awful, bullshit alien movie. It's without
Hmm.
seeing 80 aliens in it. I thought that was a really fun episode. That and really love talking Ernest Scared Stupid back in October.
That was a recent one.
Yeah.
More recent one. Yeah. That was a fun one to revisit.
And
Yeah.
just figuring out in real time what a rim shot is.
Yes. Yes. Very fun.
How about you?
Okay, good choices. Okay, I chose a different one. I chose Seed of Chucky because not just because I did think it was a fun episode and it's such a bonkers movie, but also because it was the catalyst for like everything that we're doing right now. So, because just reminded me of like just this really low taste level that we both meet at. And
No one else can though. It's just us.
yeah, and and going to see that movie was fun. Talking about it, what feels like 1,000 years later,
Yeah.
also was really fun. So I picked that one as my favorite.
I love that.
I
Wonderful.
think we like that movie more than many people do.
Yeah.
Yeah. So now our industry legend of the year, the ones who have been before this industry legend would be Sir Tony Todd, rest in peace,
Yeah.
and Barbara Crampton, who's honestly she won't quit. She will not quit. Like every
Good for
time she
her.
posts something on Instagram, I'm like, girl, she looks so good. She's doing things like she has fun. She appreciates the horror community. I think that's something that both of our former, you know, reigning industry legend um of the years have shared.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we didn't have an industry legend recipient planned out until literally we logged on before we started recording. But I had a feeling. I was like, "Hey, Natalie,
We knew.
go with your gut. I'll go with mine.
Mhm.
On, three, two, one, say the name." And you were like, "I don't know, maybe," but I had full faith in us.
You did, and I wasn't so sure.
Yeah, and we did. Three, two, one, Robert
Robert
Englund.
Englund.
Right?
Yeah.
And for a number of reasons, we have, or at least, I'll speak a little bit.
Yeah.
First of all,
Yeah. Golf
applause.
clap.
There you go. There you go. Maybe I'll edit and add some in post. But obviously, dude's a legend. We've
Mhm.
covered plenty of movies that he starred in that weren't Nightmare on Elm Street
Which is wild.
in previous years.
Hmm.
And then we finally got to A Nightmare on Elm Street in November. And yeah, I mean, just watching that movie again, I'm just like, fuck, like, and just seeing him be Freddy Krueger, it's like you just can't, when you've got like such like the peak of a Mount Rushmore of horror movie monsters. How do you not put that fucker in the fucking Hall of Fame? How do you not put him in
Hmm.
our industry, legend inductee platinum circle? And yeah, I mean, he's already, we just figured like, hey, what a nice little bow on this run of accolades he's been getting from his peers.
Yes.
In Halloween, of course, this year he got his star on the Hollywood
Hmm.
Walk of Fame,
So good.
and we were like, you know what, Mr. England, um, Bobby, if we can call you that. Um, just what a nice little bow. Just here you go. Now you've got your industry legend award. So we that will be in the mail for you if you're listening. We'll send it your
Yeah.
way. Just give us a good address.
Yeah, I agree with everything that you said. I think for both of us, like, I mean, Freddie's been around since before we were even born. So Robert Englund has been doing great things since
Yeah.
I can remember. I was so happy he got his star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. Very well deserved. And again, he is another pillar of the horror community. He loves his fans. He's kind to them. He shows up at horror cons. Like he knows what his bread and butter is, and he loves everything horror. Like he's been in a lot of like really weird B horror movies too. Like, so, if you ever have time, watch some of those. But he's even said he would love to voice Freddy like in an animated series since he's a little bit older now. He doesn't have the physicality to play Freddy anymore. But I like honestly, I will support him in every every choice he makes. Like I'll watch if I see that he's in a movie, I get more excited. Like I just think he's so great and he's so funny. Like just the way that he talks about the Nightmare on Elm Street films, like you can tell he really fucking loves them just as much or maybe more than like all of us do. So, yeah, Robert Englund, you deserve it. You're amazing. We love you.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Okay. We've only got a few more days left of this year, and then we're going to forget about all the horror movies of 2025, and we're going to be right swept into fucking 2026.
Yeah.
There's a lot coming out in 2026,
Yeah.
I think. So, what are your most anticipated?
So, okay. All right. Hmm. Okay, so as far as a couple dumb things I want to watch, have you seen the fucking trailer for Primate?
Yes.
What? It's
I
it looks so bad, but I'm like, I'm gonna watch that movie.
I'll watch it. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to see that monkey
I
fucking
didn't have that on my list, but I'll watch it. Yeah.
I want to see that monkey fucking tear people up. That'll be
Oh,
fun.
hell yeah.
Yeah. But I would say, the three, like, I mean, obviously Scream 7's coming out. I'm
Hmm.
gonna watch it. My expectations are pretty low right
Very low.
now. And that's okay. But I would say, all right. Three things I'm most excited about in 2026. Scary Movie 6.
I'm so glad you have that on your list. I wasn't expecting that. That's pretty
Oh,
high on my list.
hell yeah. Um, Ready or Not 2.
Of course.
Now, my expectations are also low for this one.
Mm-hmm.
And the trailer didn't do a lot to make me like, oh my God, I need to see this movie.
Mm-hmm.
I still think ultimately that first movie is perfect.
Yeah.
And I think
Which
adding a
is gonna
sequel,
it's gonna make it harder for you, I think, going into the second one.
I think so too.
Yeah.
I doubt I'm gonna like this more than the first one, but who knows? We'll
Can
see.
you imagine though?
Yeah. We might have to do an episode on it like shortly after it comes out. We'll
Oh, for
see.
sure.
And I just can't believe I am saying in the Lord's year of 2025 that I am excited about a Resident Evil movie coming out.
Yeah.
I Those movies are terrible. All
Fuck
of them.
those movies.
They're all
Fuck
bad.
the fuck those movies so hard.
And I was also unsure because I know that this movie is like an original story. It has like it's in Raccoon City, but I think beyond that, there's, and maybe the zombies and such.
I'd hope so.
But you've got Zach Crager from Barbarian and Weapons doing this
Mhm.
movie, like
So you know
writing
it's
it,
going to be not in a chronological timeline.
right? Writing and directing this movie with one of the dudes that I thought had a great performance. I know you wanted his character to be cut, but I think had a great performance in Weapons.
No, I didn't say
Um,
his performance was bad. I said his character wasn't necessary or his character's point of view wasn't necessary.
I liked it. You needed some sort of other like chaos agent, you
Yeah,
know, and someone that like if he disappeared, unfortunately, nobody would immediately be like pasting up things to, try and find.
that's
But
fair.
yeah, fuck yeah. I'm like, here I am excited for a Resident Evil movie. So I'm anticipating that
Yeah,
one quite a bit. But I would say, yeah, the three things I'm really excited about, Ready or Not 2, Resident Evil, and then yeah, Scary Movie 6. I think that'll be really fun. And then yeah, and then all the other things I mentioned.
yeah.
How about you?
Well, I narrowed it down to 9 movies.
Wow. All right.
I know. Okay. So there's a couple in here that I'm like, like that you said, like, I can't believe I'm excited for this movie in 2026. So Scream 7 is one of them. Again, like you said, low expectation. The Mummy, it, bring
Yeah.
it on. I'm excited for it.
From the dudes that did literally they're gonna have two movies out this year, Ready or Not 2, and I don't think The Mummy is coming out this year.
It says 2026.
I know, but like they literally like just announced like the cast and shit. Like they're
I
not
mean, you could throw that shit together if nobody's working right now.
maybe.
You
All
could
right.
film that. Yeah. I have high hopes. So I'm putting it on my 2026 list. I'm going to manifest that shit in the new year.
Okay.
I also have Ready or Not 2 on my list. Um, Resident Evil as well. Scary Movie 6. I have to say, I think I'm the most excited for Scary Movie 6. I don't even know that it actually fits into horror, but I just really want to see what the fuck they come up with. There's been so many horror movies out since the last one, and I love how fucking stupid they are. I'm gonna leave it at that. Um, I also have Return to Silent Hill on my list.
The
So
trailer looks so bad.
it
It's
looks so
so bad.
bad,
I'm
but
gonna watch it.
I'll always watch them no matter how bad these video game movies are.
Yeah.
My ass will be in the seat, in the seat. Also Evil Dead Burn.
Right. And I like that. I liked Evil Dead Rise a lot.
So I'm into that. Terrifier 4, I just need to wrap it up. I've
Yeah.
seen the first three. I want to see how they conclude it, even though I think it's getting a little crazy.
I told you off
Um,
camera how I wanted that movie to end and how that series to end perfectly.
I and you know what?
And it's a hot take.
I'm not gonna share what Kyle said because maybe that will be the ending. But I will say I think his ending is probably like the best idea of how it could end and still satisfy everyone.
Thanks.
Um, and then one that I added right before we started recording is Violent Night 2. I've never talked about this movie before. Now, I'm not going to say that it's good. I'm not going to say Violent Night is a good movie, but I have a soft spot for David Harbour. I just think he's such a little cutie. And
Isn't he like kind of in the news for not great reasons
why?
with him and Lily Allen?
I don't know anything about him and Lily Allen. I just know that he's
Well, you know they were
in
together,
Stranger
right?
Things. No, I didn't know that. I know nothing about him.
Oh, okay. Well, I liked. Hey, not a lot of people liked it. Speaking of something that's kind of horror adjacent, is
What?
his Hellboy movie was a
Oh, I
lot
never watched it.
with Mila Jovovich. It was
Yeah.
really fun.
Okay, maybe I'll give it a watch. But I'm excited for Violent Night too. I just like the concept of like a regular Santa, not a killer evil Santa, like fucking shit up. So if you like very violent horror slash action like hybrid type movies, I'd say watch Violent Night if you can find it for free. So that's my list.
Love that.
Anything else? Anything else about 2025 that you did not mention? It's a decent year.
Yeah, decent year. Feels good.
Yeah.
Looking forward to the next year.
Yeah, I think with everything, going on in the world, horror is a nice place to escape.
It's a little less horrifying.
Yeah.
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 If you're looking for
It's
something to just chill
just
out.
good. Yeah, just chill out, just,
Yeah.
turn on whatever whatever horror movie, scratches the itch.
Well, I am excited to keep this terror train rolling into next year and beyond, Natalie.
I know we'll kick off the new year with Dream Warriors, right?
Yeah, dude, love that movie. Love
Such
that
a good
fucking
way to
song.
start the year.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we'll have more Freddy. Um, I think everyone have a safe and happy new year. Make good choices.
Yeah.
Keep your drinks safe.
Yeah.
Get rides. No driving.
Yeah.
We're not driving. We're taking Ubers, we're taking Lyfts, or we're staying our ass home,
And stay home. Just
right?
watch a spooky movie instead.
Yeah. Stay
Yeah.
hydrated.
Love
Start
that.
the year off not hungover. How about that?
Yeah. Love that.
Yeah. There's enough horror as it is. All right. Well, happy New Year, everyone. We'll be back soon enough. Next year. Is that cheesy?
Stop.
You'll hear from us next year.
Wrap it up. Come on. Come on.
Three, two, one, ghost. Thanks for listening to our 2025 horror review and listening all year long. If you enjoyed this episode, you could subscribe to our podcast and leave us a killer review on whichever platform you choose to listen. You can find us on Instagram at 321 Ghost Pod and give us a follow. We would love to hear your favorites and least favorites of the year. Follow us on Letterboxd at 321 Ghost Pod to see our boo scores on all of the movies we've covered so far. Next week, we're kicking off 2026 by returning to our Elm Street series. We'll be discussing A Nightmare on Elm Street 3, Dream Warriors. Thanks again for listening, and have a happy boo year. 3, 2, 1, ghost.